Ready? Hello, it's Martin here with Danny. We just drawn 0-0 with Wimborne Town. Scrappy game, mate.
Yeah, it was. Scrappy game. Obviously the pitches are starting to get, the grass pitches are starting to get a little bit obviously more heavier now. Yeah, like I said, I thought the first 15 minutes, I thought Wimborne were fabulous. I think, we didn't get out of our half at all. And yeah, like I said, I was fearing the worst after 15 minutes, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think we started very well at all. Obviously we grew into it. I think we, probably shaded going into half time. And then second half, it's probably 50-50, but they're probably going to turn around and say, Jensen's pulled off 2 good saves.
Yeah.
One he's tipped over the bar, and obviously one he's saved from a volley. But they want it written. Chaz had like I said, he was through, and yeah, obviously an air shot and things like that. The second one obviously was just marginally offside. But yeah, I think on reflection, probably a fair point in the end. I'm just pleased to keep a clean sheet. I don't think that's ever come out my mouth. You know what I'm like for my forwards and things like that, an attacking point of view. But after last week's individual errors that we made, to come back and bounce back with a clean sheet, I'll take solace in that.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it must be especially pleasing because last week we looked really shaky at the back, but this week we looked really solid.
Yeah, I do. I think, like I said, it's we are all or nothing. If we are like a pack of cards sometimes. If one mistake happens, then the next one happens. Straight after and things like that. But yeah, we were solid. I thought that, I thought Ty was excellent. I thought Matt Berry-Hargreaves was excellent. I thought George Smith in front of them was superb as well. Georgie's obviously getting back to his best. But as I just said in there, it's trying to get the balance of both. We were very, very good defensively, but a little bit toothless going forward. But I do feel like if we have that kind of blueprint like we had today, we will win games of football. Like I said, we have got goals in us. We have done. So yeah, no, it's a building block to move on from. Wimborne Town are absolutely flying. What a result they had last week. Obviously Silsey, I'll take my hat off to Silsey. Obviously he's got a very, very good side there. They scored 4 goals last week themselves, and to be fair, we probably limited to 2 shots at goal. That was on target. So yeah, I'll take a point, move on.
Again, a pleasing thing was, at the end of the second half especially, we were again the attacking side, so that must really please.
Yeah, absolutely. If the last 10 minutes, I think there's only looked like one team was going to win it. And yeah, I'm proud of that, of course I am. Like I say, one thing you've got to have playing for me is a never say die attitude, and no manager can take losing, but there's sometimes the manner of defeats. When we roll over like we did at Sholing, when we roll over like we did at home to Hanwell, and things like that. I can't abide by that. That's just not in my makeup. It should never be in my team's makeup. But when they die for each other, when they climb mountains for each other, I'm okay with that. When they come off sweating, I'm okay with that. When they play with a bit of pride in the shirt that they're wearing, I'm okay with that. And today I thought my lads and our lads really done all that. Like I said, it was 1 goal. Either way would win it. But like I said, I'll take the point in the end and the clean sheet.
Yeah. And obviously all the talk this week's been about Charlie, but he come on, gives 30 minutes, and that's 30 minutes in the tank for him, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's Wednesday, we trained on Wednesday this week, and just in walking in the building, knowledge, know-how, even in talking through, the training session, the session that Stu, I and Gaz put on, it's just phenomenal. Like I said, it's of course we're going to learn from him. Obviously, I've known him a long time as well, so he knows me. But yeah, just him walking through, it felt he gave the place a lift. I'm not saying like I say our lads are down and out and everything like that, but it just felt, training was a little bit more sharper. Training was a little bit more electric. It was a bit more louder, and that's because of his presence. I'm not going to say that. I have to say thank you to him, and obviously Mike Jones, an absolute legend of mine. That played for this football club. He come in as well, and obviously he's an MMA fighter, so he knows he knows what it's like to get knocked on the chin and get knocked out and things like that. But he come in, he done a speech for us as well, joined in with a bit of the training as well, and it just kind of gave the whole place a little bit of a lift. Sometimes players can be bored of listening to managers and assistants and coaches and things like that. So yeah, I definitely feel the togetherness and everything like that stemmed from what we've done on Wednesday. And like I said, he's had 30 minutes today. We're going to get him some more minutes on Tuesday night as well, and try and get him up to speed as quick as we can. But yeah, like I said, he's going to be a big impact both on and off the pitch for us, for sure.
He is indeed. And I know we got my favourite competition on Tuesday night, but then it followed up by we got an international break of our own. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it's got to be the first weekend off that we've had in a long time. It does feel like we've been Saturday, Tuesday for forever. It feels like we've been on the road forever. And of course, the Bucks and Bucks, we go on the road and we're on a plastic pitch at Ascot. So, look forward to it. The full first team squad will be going down there. There will be probably one, possibly two, but definitely one under 23 is going to be involved. So, we look forward to it. I want to go down. We want to win the game. We want to try and put silver in the cabinet here. That's I always say that to you, Mark. So, look forward to that. Training on Thursday. I'm going to let them have Saturday off because, like I said, sometimes it'd be nice to have a little Saturday off and go and reboot, spend time with friends, family, because obviously you give so much up being in non-league. So, and then obviously we welcome Eves from here on Tuesday night, a week Tuesday, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it should be a good game. Well done today. I thought the lads played really disciplined and really well, so well done. And I will see you in the shopping centre next Saturday.
Yep, see you there.
See you, mate.